In this video, we'll work on Ruth chapter 2, verses 11 and 12. Okay, to do. Okay. There's a beneficiary noun phrase. God did things for Nebuchadnezzar. There's a destination noun phrase. The angels did things to the king. And there's also an instrument noun phrase. Moses performed miracles with the staff. So, let's put the destination noun phrase first. The destination will be oblique 1 with 2. Instrument will be next with. Beneficiary will be oblique 3 with 4. Let's eliminate some of this. Okay. Okay, boys answered Ruth. People told me about all of the things that after your husband died you did for your mother-in-law. That you did for your mother-in-law after your husband died. Okay, so we have this preposed adverbial clause inside a relative clause. And when a relative clause contains a preposed adverbial clause, I think we want to postpose the adverbial clause. So let's write a new rule. This will be for subordinate clauses. This will be triggered by clauses. Okay, so here's our relative clause. We'll make this both restrictive and descriptive. I don't think that matters. And notice, okay, this can be any clause boundary, either a main clause or subordinate clause. That doesn't matter. Then inside this relative clause, let's put a preposed adverbial clause. So here's an adverbial clause right there. And it's preposed right here. Then in the output structure, let's make this adverbial clause postposed. And again, let's get rid of some of this. Okay, we need that part. Okay. Okay, generated text is identical. Okay, be born. Okay, first let's change this. When we imported this from the Word document, TBTA had no idea that this was a modifier, or what type of modifier. So the stem is be, and then born is a modifier. We will call it a post-verbal modifier. And we can ignore these because the verb to be is handled by a spell-out rule. Okay. Okay, a Savior was born for you, so there's a beneficiary noun phrase. Okay, and the land for you where you bed born should be where you were born. Okay, so now this is the verb to be. The stem is the verb to be, and it has this modifier. We want this other rule that we already have, the spell out rule for the verb to be. Right now, this rule, which has all the forms of to be, here's past tense and here's present tense, it's triggered by just one verb, to be. Let's add another verb, be born. So now this rule has two trigger words, to be and also to be born. Generated text is identical. Okay, to know. Okay, I don't think we'll need this rule. Generated text is identical. That's the last sentence. Okay. Generated text is identical. Let's save it and go to verse 12. Generated text is identical. No issue. And may the Lord, who is the God of Israel, and may He, who is the God of Israel, that's fine. Generated text is identical. Okay, protect. Okay, protect takes a source noun phrase, God protected Daniel from the lions, and also an instrument noun phrase. The bird protected the babies with its wings. Generated text is identical. That's the last sentence. Generated text is identical. Let's save it. We're ready for verse 13.